Hi everyone, this is Maria. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to give you an update on propagation projects. 8 weeks ago I started propagation in a big tray with leaves and cuttings, and every 2 weeks I added some new propagation projects. So I'm going to give you an update on those projects as well as start some new ones today. So let's start. So I wanted to fix this Echeverria lola for a while. As you can see, it's a little bit strange looking, especially in this area here where it's like hanging on the sides of the pot. I'll start with cutting this one off. I have also been having mealybugs here and there. Oh, this one I think it's preparing to bloom here, but I couldn't find alcohol. I was out of alcohol just about time when this corona virus started, and here in US, and it's just alcohol was out in every store. Like I cannot find a place where you can get alcohol. Today I went to like 7 different stores. So I don't know. I hope it's gonna be restocked soon because I rely on that heavily to control pests. So now I'm gonna cut this one off, as you can see, guys. There is a little leaf that started propagating itself. Alright, so this one I placed in the soil a little while ago, and as you can see it rooted. These have a little roots, so I think I'm gonna place them all in the same pot. I think I'm gonna have to cut that one off too. I think I'm gonna use the thread for this one so I can leave a leaf or two on the stem. So I doubled the thread, and I'm gonna cut it somewhere here, leaving about 4 or 5 leaves left on the stem. There. So here it is, guys, and this is left. So I'm hoping these stems will start growing some rosettes, so that's gonna stay under LED lights. But I picked this bigger square pot for all the cuttings. So here's my rooting hormone. I'm gonna place maybe I'm gonna propagate some of these Echeverria lola leaves as well, because I have a lot of them. I'm using brush to apply the rooting hormone because I can't dip it in there. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one here, the next one, place this corner. Alright, this one has rooted, so I'm gonna just tuck it in here. And this little one that I just recently also placed, it has rooted as well, so I'm just gonna tuck them in. So this is how the new pot looks like. I think it's really cute. Next one I want to work on is this beautiful Echeverria Decorah. I found it in a Meyer grocery store nearby, and I love the variegation in this Echeverria. It reminds very much to Echeverria Rainbow. I mean, look at how pretty those colors, like pink and white, are. And it had a beautiful bloom that I had a hard time cutting off, and it didn't have any pests on it. So I think I'm gonna remove the bloom today. And since when I bought it in the store, it was a little bit stretched, because you know how they keep them in stores away from light on the shelves. And now, since it has been here, it had got really compact look and beautiful variegation. It was just green when I originally got it, so I'm thinking about beheading it. So first I'm gonna cut the bloom like this, so pretty, and then I'm gonna cut some of these rosettes and propagate them and see if it's gonna produce more. I'm just trying to figure out how many leaves to leave here on the stem. I'm thinking 2. Alright. I'm gonna have to remove one of these leaves. Maybe I'm gonna leave that for propagation. So here is the rosette, really pretty. Love this one. I'll do the same thing with this one. I think this one's gonna have only one leaf left on the stem. Sometimes I don't leave any leaves at all on the stem and it still works out, but here's the other rosette. Alright, so I need to prepare a pot. This one's gonna go under lights to try to propagate, but then I'm gonna prepare another pot to place these in. So again, I'm gonna place some rooting hormone and place them directly in the soil. A lot of you ask, do I leave it to callus? You can. Sometimes with some plants I do, especially with cactuses and euphorbias. But with echeverias, most of the time I just place it directly in the soil if I have rooting hormone, which is going to help prevent rot and help root. So here it is, guys. So pretty, right? So this pachyveria powder puff, if you remember from the past propagation videos, I have beheaded actually twice. Recently I beheaded this one here, and this rooted really quickly, so it's been 2 weeks ago. And the beheaded stem is growing now, new rosette. This one was middle stem that lost all the leaves, and this one is also dry leaf. And now it's growing a rosette, and the big one that was beheaded earlier has 3 rosettes, and I want to cut this one off today and tuck it in here to root. So my goal is to grow these bigger and then just have one pot with a lot of these pachyverias powder puff. So let's do that. Okay, a little bit of rooting hormone, and I'll tuck it in the soil. There you can see this one has little roots, so I'm going to just move it a little bit on the side here. Eventually I will move both of these in the bigger pot. They're kind of squished in this pot, but so let's see what's going on with my tray. There are some things that I just don't like how they look like, so I want to kick them out. But anyway, the ones that have rooted and produced the rosettes, these rosettes are just getting bigger and bigger, as you can see. Some of them have been attacked by mealybugs, which I think have been brought by Vera Higgins cuttings that I have consistently had mealybugs in the last few months. This leaf in the corner has shriveled, hasn't produced anything, and I'm just going to throw it away because I have a lot of leaves for propagation and I just want to have a little bit more space. So there's some other leaves that has not produced anything, like this one here doesn't look very viable. This one here still looks pretty good. This one here as well, pretty healthy. These were the cut ones that I chopped a little bit. So they still haven't shriveled, so I'm just gonna leave them. There is one that rooted here, so I'm just gonna, let's see this one. It's not, it's very shriveled, so I'm gonna just throw away that one and move this one over here. Alright, to make some space, this Echeverria elegans was just so etiolated and just got so skinny and tall that I removed some of the leaves on the bottom, and I wanted to root it, so I'm just gonna put it there in the corner. This one is getting bigger, and I'm gonna repot this one to an individual pot. So I may show you how the roots look like. The little ones I can still leave here. As you can see from, was it 2 weeks ago when I tucked this one in, it's growing 2 rosettes. This is Echeveria lola. These are my Echeveria cavoides that, this one has been deformed because of the mealybugs, but they're free from pests right now. They were like leggy, and I, too big, stem was too big for the pot, so I beheaded them. I don't like these Vera Higgins, how they look like. Some of them, like this one, I'm gonna just kick out. I put a lot of ghost plant leaves, and it's been like just 7 days, and they're already growing rosettes, as you can see. Super prolific. That's this one here. Grows really well and multiplies quickly. So I have a lot of Echeveria lola leaves, so I really want to place those in a tray. So I think I'm going to clean up some of this area with Vera Higgins. These are some of the same as this one, ghost plants that rooted and leaves dried up. I had 3 of these rosettes, and I wanted to show you the one that I already potted. So this is the one that I repotted from the big tray from here. So you can see it's quite big. It has 3 heads, 3 rosettes. So that's one of the first leaves of this Echeveria that I propagated maybe about 3 months ago. So that's the growth. So this is the big-headed mother plant that, as you can see, has grown 2 rosettes that are getting really nice and big. So you can see compared to my finger. And this is the head that was the top of the Echeveria that looks really nice, has rooted, growing new leaves. And then there is those leaves that I show you that are growing new rosettes that are propagating here. And then there is some leaves that have dried up, and they're growing little bigger rosettes that are close to the size of this one. So I'm gonna pull out this biggest one. I think this is Holy Gate Echeveria. I'm trying not to disturb the other little ones, but it seems like it has rooted and has big roots here. Look at this, guys. Massive roots for like a month. So that was a cutting about a month ago. Has a little bit of dry leaves, so I'm gonna remove that debris before placing it in individual pot. So, and here is Holy Gate, biggest one that I planted here. I can show you mother plant, how it is doing. So this is mother plant that I beheaded a while ago, I think, I don't know, a month ago or so. Is growing more pups, and it likes a lot of water. It keeps having dry leaves if I don't water it every 6 days. So I decided not to pull out all of this Vera Higgins. I just pull out the ones that didn't look good. So I emptied a little bit of space here and here so I can place all these Echeveria lola cuttings, and hopefully they will root. wherever there is space. Left. And I have one Echeverria Decorah leaf, so I'm going to place that here too. Alright. And I also wanted to show you Echeveria rainbow that I beheaded. You remember there was 3 stems. I beheaded this one 2 weeks ago, and I hate to harass it to pull it out, but yeah, it's kind of firm in the ground, but here, I'll pull it out. These are the roots that were produced in 2 weeks. It started rooting pretty much in the first 7 days, and then I feel bad for doing this now. So it rooted really quickly. The stem is not producing anything yet, or at least I'm not seeing anything yet. Hopefully it will. I also got another Echeveria rainbow. This one is sold as Western Echeveria rainbow. As you can see, it's pretty different than the ones that I have, and it was just a long stem cutting that I'm rooting. As you can see, it's actually rooting higher on the top, so hopefully I'm going to be able to propagate this one eventually when it gets established, so nothing yet. And then you can see my Echeveria raindrops. There was 5 pups and I started separating them. So this one here is a pup that's actually just rooted. It's been a week since I cut it. And there is another one over here. I hope they grow bigger. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. If you would like to see the progress that plants made through watching past propagation videos, I will recommend you to check the propagation videos playlist, or to check the links below in the description. See you in the next video.